If you've been following Chicago Bears training camp this year, you already know one thing. Nothing about this roster feels set in stone. Every practice brings a new twist, and August 14th was no different. On paper, it looked like just another light shells day. No full pads, no bone-jarring hits. But if you were paying attention, you saw something much bigger happening. The left tackle competition quietly turned into one of the most unpredictable storylines in camp. From the moment practice began at Halas Hall, it was clear that the coaching staff was shaking things up in the trenches. Early walkthroughs revealed something no one had predicted. Braxton Jones, last year's primary left tackle, wasn't at his usual spot. Instead, he was lining up at right tackle with the first-team offense. And who had taken over the left side? Theo Benedet, the 6'7", 304-pound mountain of a man who just a year ago was fighting his way back from a season-ending injury. Benedet's rise is more than just a feel-good comeback story. Before signing with the Bears as an undrafted free agent in 2024, he had dominated Canadian college football, earning the title of top offensive lineman in the nation for 2 consecutive seasons. That kind of pedigree doesn't just happen. It's earned through relentless work and a nasty streak in the trenches. Now, after grinding through rehab, he's putting himself firmly in the conversation for a starting role. The rotation didn't stop there. As the day went on, the coaches continued their experiment. Braxton Jones moved back to left tackle for a stretch, while Ozzy Trapilo, a rookie drafted as a right tackle, worked exclusively on the right side. This was a notable change. Throughout most of camp, Ozzy had been logging reps on both sides, but today he was locked into his natural position. Why the sudden changes? Coaches know that the offensive line is the foundation of the offense, especially when you've got a rookie quarterback like Caleb Williams. A solid line means time to throw, lanes to run, and fewer hits on your franchise centerpiece. By rotating players, the staff is not only testing versatility, but also sending a message. No one is guaranteed a job. Meanwhile, Karen Amagi's stock took a hit. Still recovering from injury, he spent his second straight day with the third team. In a competition this fierce, missing valuable first and second team reps is costly. The approach has turned this into a chess match. Every rep is a test. Every lineup change sends a ripple through the offense. The media on site couldn't help but buzz about the shakeup. Some saw it as a sign that the coaches aren't entirely satisfied with the incumbents. Others saw it as smart roster management, building depth and flexibility before the season starts. For fans, it means something even better: drama worth watching. This isn't a slow-motion preseason. It's a fight for the future of the offensive line, and the stakes couldn't be higher with the Buffalo Bills' joint practices just days away. While the offensive line battles took center stage, the rest of the Bears' offense quietly put together a series of plays that hinted at something promising. Yes, it was a shells day. Yes, the intensity wasn't at full go. But that didn't stop several players from making an impression. First, the injury updates. Case Keenum, the veteran QB3, left practice early and didn't return. That opened the door for Tyson Bagent and Austin Reeds to handle more reps. In a normal camp, losing your third-string quarterback for a day might not be headline material. But with joint practices against Buffalo coming, every arm counts, especially in controlled scrimmages where repetition and timing are everything. Roshan Johnson remained out, missing his 8th straight day. The hard running back has been a powerful presence when healthy, but his extended absence means the depth backs will get more preseason carries. It also means the coaching staff might need to reevaluate rotation plans if he's not ready for the regular season. Coaches dropped another hint that caught attention. Starters might play more against the Bills than originally expected. In fact, they could even see time in the preseason finale against Kansas City. For a team with a rookie QB, that's not just about extra reps. It's about rhythm, chemistry, and knocking off rust before Week 1 against Minnesota. Now, onto the plays that got people talking. The first 11 on 11 period saw Tyson Bagent hit Jade Walker for a long touchdown, beating defensive back Alex Cook down the field. It was the kind of throw that reminds you Bagent isn't just here to fill space on the depth chart. He's here to compete, to push, to be ready if called upon. Bagent followed it up with a sharp sideline completion to Tyler Scott, a young wideout fighting tooth and nail for a roster spot. Scott's speed and hands make him a dangerous weapon, and moments like this keep his name in the conversation. Caleb Williams had to work harder for his completions. The defense flushed him out of the pocket several times, forcing throwaways. But his connection with Rome Odunze continues to be a bright spot. One particular crosser, delivered in stride, showcased the timing and trust that's been building between the two since Otis. Later, in the red zone, Williams rebounded from a pre-snap miscommunication with DJ Moore to hit him for a crisp touchdown, a small sequence, but an important reminder that this offense can adjust on the fly. The 7-on-7 period brought more highlights. Bagent found Maurice Alexander for a touchdown, then connected with rookie tight end Colston Loveland for another score. Loveland has been quietly stringing together strong practices, catching almost everything thrown his way. Before we go any deeper, if you're loving this kind of inside look at Bears camp, make sure you're subscribed to the channel, give this video a like, and hit the bell icon. Every day, we're bringing you practice breakdowns, injury updates, and position battles that you won't get anywhere else. Stay locked in, because this season is shaping up to be one for the books. Back to the field. Tyler Scott kept the momentum going, making multiple catches in team drills and flashing on special teams. His ability as a returner could be the extra edge that earns him a roster spot. Maurice Alexander also stood out, especially on his touchdown grab. The WR competition behind DJ Moore, Rome Odunze, and Keenan Allen is fierce, but performances like this keep the battle wide open. And then came the play of the day, Caleb Williams to Rome Odunze on a 20-yard dig route thrown with perfect anticipation. The drive ended with another completion to Rome, setting up a spike to stop the clock for a field goal try in a simulated 2-minute drill. It was a textbook example of rookie QB growth, command of the huddle, timing with receivers, and smart clock management. The defense didn't dominate the stat sheet today, but they made their presence felt in subtle and sometimes explosive ways. The most notable rotation came in the secondary. With Kyler Garden still sidelined, Josh Blackwell had been the fill-in at nickel. But today, Nick McCloud stepped in with the first-team defense during 11 on 11. It was his first extended action since returning from injury, and it signals that the coaches aren't afraid to test different looks this late in camp. In the trenches, Dio delivered one of the day's most decisive moments, blowing past Theo Benedet in a 2-minute drill rep to pressure the quarterback. For the offense, it was a reminder that even as the line rotation continues, they'll face one of the toughest defensive fronts in the league every single day in practice. On the injury front, there was a scare when Trey Flowers left the field early. No immediate word on the severity, but the silver lining is that Jalen Johnson and Kyler Garden are both trending toward readiness for Week 1. That could turn the current patchwork secondary into a fully loaded unit just in time for Minnesota. Two moments made their way onto social media and had fans buzzing. 1. Caleb Williams to Olamide Zaccheaus, a rolling pocket, quick shoulder square, and a dart into the end zone. It was the kind of throw that shows why Williams was the top pick. 2. Luther Burden's explosiveness. Wearing bright lime green cleats, Burden showed off the kind of burst that makes him dangerous in space. Whether it's a quick slant or a deep go route, he looked ready to make defenders miss. As camp moves into joint practices with Buffalo, the focus will be sharp. The offensive line battle will intensify against an opponent in a different jersey. The WR depth chart could shift based on who steps up under live fire conditions. And the health of key defenders will shape how aggressive the Bears can be heading into the regular season. If there's one takeaway from August 14th, it's this. Even on a day without pads, without high-intensity collisions, the Chicago Bears are a team in motion. Positions are being won and lost in the details, in the footwork of a tackle, the timing of a throw, the closing burst of a defensive back. Every snap matters, and every rep is a chance to claim a place on the 53-man roster.